And now put your hands together for the godfather of content marketing and lover of all things orange, Joe Pulizzi.
How we doing? Now, I know what you're thinking. Not enough orange, right? Not enough. We were talking this morning and I felt like I was getting married to everyone here, and somebody said it's like we're all marrying an orange popsicle. So, how's everyone doing? I am so excited to have you here at Content Marketing World 2012. It's funny, when we started this whole little idea, we were thinking, let's do a little gathering of about 100 people, and you all showed up. So happy to have you here. We had 2,400 responses this year. It was pretty good. So a lot of you in this room completed that survey. It was a lengthy survey. Thank you very much. And we covered just about every industry that's out there. So I'm just going to go through some of the highlights. The first thing is that the same as last year, it was 91% are doing content marketing in some way. Now, it doesn't mean they're doing it right. It means they're just doing it. And you'll see some of the findings later that'll kind of prove that point. The average organization actually does 5.5 different tactics, 5 or 6 tactics. So that means they're doing a blog or a print magazine or a newsletter or whatever. So average is between 5 and 6. So I want to go through some of the highlights so you get a gist of where we're going here. So the highest percentage, webinars, webcasts, 50%, white papers, case studies, articles on other sites, in-person events. Go in-person events, right? Video, big jump in video. Blogs, 73% are using blogs. Email newsletters, 78%. Articles on their own websites, 84%. And social media, the number one tactic used, not including blogs, 86%. So I know you're all excited because you get all that great social media content from all those brands out there, and you're trying to figure that out as well. So here's some of the year-over-year changes, which is fascinating to me. So from 2011 to 2012, in-person events are up. Video is up from 52% to 70%, and that's amazing. Blogs are up, email newsletters are up, and social media is up, which there were some things that were not up. Print was not up. Some other things that were not up, but it's amazing. Like, it's just more of everything. Most effective. So there's your top 10 most effective. When we ask them, what are the most effective that in your mind you're getting the most bang for your buck out of? Number 1, in-person events. Their own, not like I'm not exhibiting in a trade show. That is, I'm actually putting on my own user or prospect events. Number 1. 3 videos, which is kind of fascinating. 6 blogs. And actually, I was just going to do a top 10, and I didn't see social media, and I said, well, I better put social media on there. They won't believe it. So there we are, number 11, kind of in the caboose section, trying to make it up. We're doing a lot of social media, but we're not as successful as we could be with that. I thought this was interesting. Everybody likes to know which ones we're using. Here they are. 82% are using Facebook, Twitter in second, down the line, and then there's Pinterest. Pinterest is amazing because Pinterest wasn't around last year at this time when we did this. So all of a sudden, we got more than a quarter of us are using Pinterest. I know you people out there that are creating all those infographics, and you're saying, where do I put them? You're putting them on Pinterest. And then SlideShare, 19%. 54%. So there's the number. 54% of the marketers, marketing executives, marketing managers, marketing directors that we surveyed are increasing their content marketing spending over the next 12 months. Just 2% are decreasing. So we've still got a lot of money going in. So it's interesting that we've got, most organizations are doing this. They are using 6 tactics to do this. They're increasing most of what they've been doing, and they're putting more money and resources at it. Total budget, 26%. The average budget overall, 26% of their total marketing spend was spent on content creation and distribution. It's 26%. This year, it's 31%. That is huge, by the way. And this number, just so you know, I mean, I do understand the nature of statistics in general and how you can make them work for you or work against you for that matter. And it's hard to get this number, actually. I mean, what we have found in our 3+ years of doing this research is a lot of the people that, even though they have responsibility for the content budget, they don't know all the nooks and crannies of that content spending. It's actually tough for them to find. We also find that it falls outside of marketing. A lot of this is in other budgets. Sometimes it's in HR, sometimes it's in IT. So, but we are seeing that more of that spending is going on the marketing side. So why are we here? So it's just interesting. Hopefully I'm trying to build up to something here, and it's the whole idea that we're doing a lot of this stuff, and we're all here because, at least from the research findings, 36% believe that their content marketing is effective. That means the majority of us are still struggling to find justification, return, integration, to find out how to create a process that actually works for us, the whole new way of thinking to get the C-level to buy in, all those types of things. We're still struggling with that. So, and I mean, frankly, I mean, I'm really excited. I mean, the whole idea of, you know, we started, even though I started to use the term content marketing, I think in 2001, it wasn't even really a term that anybody recognized until probably 2009, I would say, for the most part. And then now we're all here, and this was really excites me that we're all here trying to learn together and work together. And possibly the most sharing crew that I've ever been around. You guys are incredibly open. But I think the whole thing here is that we still have a ways to go, even though we're doing this. Some of the biggest challenges we found in the research, producing enough content was number one, producing the kind of content that engages, variety of content, you see it all up there. But then when we ask what is the biggest challenge for you moving forward, it's this, producing enough content, which is different from last year, by the way, because last year it was producing the kind of content that engages was number one. Now, which makes sense why it's producing enough content, because we're doing so much more of everything, and the content demands to feed that beast seem to be so much more. By the way, I'm a believer that more content isn't necessarily the right strategy, but that's a whole other presentation, and you'll hear a couple of those today.